Hello, GHAPS family. Just wanted to take a few minutes and highlight some of the areas that we focused on at our board retreat on October 18th to keep you informed of all things happening GHAPS. First of all, our Grand Partner of the Month, Susan Bays, our Executive Director of the Grand Haven Schools Foundation, was highlighted for all of the areas that they have supported in terms of preschool scholarships, new classroom libraries, field trips, mini grants, and district impact grants. So we're grateful for them and their nearly $125,000 in support. We talked a little bit about a welcome and purpose for this meeting, and it was really to update the board on key operational areas and a summary of the 30, 60, 90-day plan. Mary Jane started off first from our instructional services area and focused on professional learning, the breadth and depth of that happening in the district, and a lot of the things around balanced assessment areas. Michael McDonald, our Executive Director of Business Services, highlighted with Manor, our financial auditor, and we have a clean audit, another great example of excellence happening in the district. Trent Carithers, our Director of Safety and Security, highlighted some of the things that are happening countywide for just consistency around safety and security. Nate Hunt, our Director of Communications and Marketing, talked about his key findings from his listening tour, and they're really to improve access to information, celebrating our people, sharing our stories, and tracking our progress. And finally, as part of the listening and learning recap, we had the 30, 60, 90-day plan. We created a capital projects committee that's helping weigh in on our projects. That's all available on our website. We have an internal and external stakeholder sessions that were happening in August and September. And then we also had a nearly 1,000 student survey from high school students and from Central High School. We are in the middle of working on setting up our Student Advisory Council, which will be also happening sometime before the end of this month. And finally, these were some of the guiding principles that came out of our 30, 60, 90-day plan, feedback, and from our stakeholder sessions: transparency, opportunity for all, legacy to the future, and excellence. And with that, having stakeholder involvement in the middle of all that. So here's just a great visual of the planning, the fostering, the creating, and driving toward an intentionality toward the legacy of the future of Grand Haven Area Public Schools. Our 30, 60, 90-day plan had strengths, which I would just to highlight a few strengths were excellent staff, professional learning opportunities, including for the board all the way to all of our staff, and our special education offerings. In terms of challenges, the high-level overviews were community needs like an early childhood access, facility needs, and trust. And our opportunity areas were around better telling the GHAP story or just improved communication, more innovative programming, and more technology integration. And finally, we will be creating a strategic plan with our board and all of you, and you will be a part of that so that we have a unified direction toward the future to improve educational outcomes and support the needs of our students and the communities. Really excited about that as we have new board members coming on board here in November. We will be working toward that 5-year strategic plan starting in January. And as we get going with our strategic plan, there will be more opportunities for surveys, focus groups, just more ways to get involved on the high-level things that we've heard about during the last 90 days, and as we start diving in with more specificity. We look forward to having you continue to be involved, and as always, feel free to reach out if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or feedback. Thank you so much for everything that you do. Go Bucks!